Hey everyone, just got back up to the farm. It's Sunday, about 7:30 in the evening. We're not going to get much done here today. We're just getting in. Tomorrow we hope to burn. We weren't able to the last time we were here. It was too wet. But also, just a little update. We had a auction, 45 minutes from the house in the city, a tree. I don't know, what do you call them? Somebody who grows trees um, for commercial distribution had a inventory reduction auction. It popped up in one of the auctioneers that I follow locally, and so I bid on some trees, and I actually won a couple. So here I'll just turn this around, and you can take a look at them. All right, so these are 2 maple trees. There's a third in the city. I couldn't get them in the truck, and they're pretty good size. So this bigger one right here is a 3-inch Armstrong maple. It's going to grow. They're all Armstrong maples, and they're going to grow about 40 feet tall, but only about 12 feet across. So they'll fit in between some of the bigger maples that. No, they're not big, but some of the maples that will get big, which will have traditional 40-foot wide crowns, these will kind of intermix around them because they're narrow. So there's a 3-inch here and a 2.5-inch here. They're quite heavy. They weigh about 1,000 pounds a piece. So we're going to figure out how to get them off the truck here and see if the forks will lift it or if I got to do something else to get it off. And so that is the plan. And then okay, while we're back, I was just going to start talking about we're going to get these trees off, hopefully use the forklift to, or the forks on the tractor to get that off. And then we're going to have to look at how we're cutting holes. These are 36-inch and 32-inch diameter balls on these trees, about 30 inches deep. So I've got a spade piece that goes on a skid steer, and I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I've had an old Bobcat, almost 45 years old. Well, I guess 41 years old now. Anyhow, the motor for the second time has puked, and it needed all kinds of extra work. It was going to cost almost 10 grand minimum, and I could buy a better one for 10 grand. So that wasn't going to happen. And that leaves me without a skid for right now because I have not replaced a skid. And so, but I've got this spay adapter that goes on the skid steer. So I've ordered in a conversion, and we'll see that hopefully come in a week. So stay tuned for that. I'll show you that and show you, tell you what I think about it after I go dig some holes with it. As to whether or not it is worth the money that I'm going to spend on it. So that's part of our project here. That big pile behind, we tried to start that. You haven't seen any video on it, but last time I was up, we tried to start it, and it was just way too wet. And then the other one is over behind the container. I'll get to look at that, but it's actually bigger than this one. So tomorrow we're going to start burning both of those, and hopefully we can get them burned. So that's the game plan. It is, as I said, Sunday night. I'm here through Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, working from here. We've got Starlink, and that seems to be pretty stable for us here. I also have an AT&T hotspot. AT&T works the best here. It's not 5G, it's 4G, and it's about 3 bars, but it gets the job done. So I got both of those to do my work in, and we'll go from there. So when I roll these, when you roll yours, you should roll them so the hook is on the outside. And the reason for that is then you can hold the hook and throw this across a trailer or something. When you're using straps, you have to note the weight ratings. These are only 1,600 pound weight ratings, so I don't use them to, hold a tractor down. I might use them to hold an implement down that weighs, 400 or 500 pounds. But these aren't strong enough to hold a tractor. When you get to the end, you can do a variety of things. You can wrap it and tie it. I like to use Velcro, at least on my higher end ones. I use Velcro to secure them. But you can wrap them around like this and stick them in your chain box. If you don't have one, I keep one here where my chains and straps and stuff all go. I don't carry the 3,000 pound straps in the truck. They're in the big trailer because we need them to tie down the tractor. I don't need straps that heavy for everyday work. And these 1,600 ones, I can run up to Northern Hydraulics or Home Depot or Menards or wherever I am, and you can readily buy these. The higher weight ones I have to order in, and so it takes a little bit more to get that done. All right, so we are going to put the forks on the tractor, and then we're going to come in and see if I can pick this up. And if I can pick them up, we're golden. If I can't, we've got to start figuring something else out. Okay, so right now we're going to narrow the forks up. You can see I've bent mine. This one's high, this one's low. So I banged up the step in my tailgate, and when I took it out, I realized that's what keeps it down. When you push the button, it wants to come down. Without that step in there, it floats. Steps on my repair list. Okay, the problem is it's too far over to get the fork by it, and it's too heavy to move. So I'm going to end up pulling the trees off the truck, standing them up, and then I should be able to get to them either with a tree clamp or the forks. But right now I can't get these off, so I have to pull them off. Okay, pulling out some straps, gonna strap the tree, the one tree to that big pine that's right there. And I tied this off similar to the way you would tie up a boat, so you don't actually create a knot in it. Every time you loop around, you take your end and put it under the loop that's already there. It's very common in boat docking. Creates a good solid connection that will withstand an awful lot of pull. And so here you see that literally I'm just going to drive out from under the tree, and thud, it goes to the ground. And then I do this the second time. I'm not going to show you that because it's just the same thing over again. But we get them stood up, and now we can water them, and they can be there until we're ready to put them in the ground. Okay, well, we're going to burn this pile, so I'm using a mixture of gas and diesel that I put in this can, It works really well. The gas gives it good acceleration. The diesel controls that flashiness that gas will give you. And so we just set the can aside because obviously it's got accelerants in it. Light the propane torch so that I can stay well away from the ignition point. The propane torches are absolutely the way to start these, because if you need to, you can just set the torch in the brush and start it that way. And whoosh, there it goes. Now we're just going to sit back and watch some of it burn. It is early morning, and so it's a little chilly. Went and got a cup of coffee while it continues to burn. And although the flames are high on the one side, the whole pile is burning. And in a minute, I'll make a walk around it, keep an eye on it. The grass is very damp though, and it's quite cool out. So this was just a really good day to burn. Thanks everyone for joining today. Hope you enjoyed the video, just a little more what we're doing at the farm. If you like it, throw us a like. It really helps the algorithms, and although I'm not very big, I hope you come back.